Good morning. So we actually wild camped last night next to this canal. Let's see what it looks like. Oh wow, super foggy. I don't know if you can see that, but there it is, the canal. Camp next to. There's like this old ATV trail here that we're kind of camped along. And then right up on this ridge is the bike trail that we were on. And then over the other side of that is a road. But here's our tent. It's very wet. But before we can do much chatting, we have to put this away since we are wild camping. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. Everything's all packed up. We did leave the fly out because it's pretty soaked. It's been raining basically all of yesterday and all night. So that's going to be strapped to the top. So now we just have to bring all this stuff up that hill, and then we're going to probably go a little ways before breakfast, and then we can chat a little bit more. We're going into the fog. Can you see that? All my leg hairs are just covered in dewdrops and water. That's so funny. That's so cool. We are approaching cats. They're so cute. Oh, I don't want to scare them too much. Hello. Hello. Oh my god, they're so cute. Welcome to our breakfast stop, and welcome back to my writing channel. My name is Josie, and we are going to be experiencing a day of biking in France together. So the reason that I wanted to get a bit of a move on this morning is because we were wild camping last night. And wild camping essentially means that you're camping kind of where you're not supposed to. So it's not a designated campground. It's kind of just like off the side of the road somewhere. And so sometimes people do it in like urban areas and parks. It is technically illegal in a lot of European countries, France included. But still a lot of cyclists will do it because the rule is it is illegal, but there's a little bit of gray area because it's mostly, I think, directed at preventing camper vans and RVs from just going wherever they want, as well as preventing people from setting up a tent for multiple days. So from what I've read online and also talking to other bike packers that we've met on this trip, it seems that if you are like respectful in your location, you're not making too much noise, you're not disturbing anyone, you're not making any campfires, that's a big one, especially in France. And as well, you show up kind of close to dark. So you're showing up around dusk, and then you're also packing up and leaving kind of first thing in the morning. No one will really bother you, and you can kind of just go for it. We always knew it was an option, and I'm not completely against it because in Canada, in Alaska, where I've lived and done a lot of recreation, like we've kind of done that already, but it's, I think, legal in those areas, or maybe I'm doing it illegally in those areas and I didn't know. But we decided to do it last night because we've been having a lot of trouble with finding campgrounds that are open in France because it is currently the off season. So actually a few nights ago, we were aiming for this town that had I feel like 10 campgrounds in it. We're like, one of these has to be open. But it was basically like a ghost town. Like, I think it's one of those places that really opens and has a lot going on in summer, but everything was closed. And the nearest campground to that was 10 kilometers away, and that was apparently open year round. So we booked it there because a lot of the receptions in France at campgrounds will close around 6 p.m. And we got there with like 5-10 minutes to spare, only to find out that the reception is closed all of Saturday and Sunday every week, and it was a Sunday. So even though people were staying there, like, you couldn't actually book or, like, set up on a weekend, which was really frustrating. So we ended up getting like a nearby hostel hotel kind of a thing. But we could have done wild camping then, but we didn't because our phones were both at like 5% or less, and our battery packs were also really low. But the next time that I was going to be in that kind of a situation, I would rather have wild camp So that's what we did last night, and it was honestly really nice to just like wake up in the wilderness. And a lot of the campgrounds we've been staying at, you know, were like packed in with RVs, so this was just like a really peaceful, wonderful start to the day. We've actually come a little bit further this morning than I thought we would before breakfast, just because the ground was so wet, so we didn't want to eat there. And we were waiting to see if we could find like a bench or a table of some kind. No luck, but we are kind of under these trees. You know, we failed a little bit in that sense, but it's been really beautiful. I think we've probably done like 15 kilometers. So we're going to eat breakfast and then keep biking. But we can take our time today because we are going towards Marseille tonight, and we have a hostel hotel situation booked over there that we can't check into until 3 p.m. So even though we have to bike a total of 98 kilometers, is it 98? It might have been 99 kilometers today, because we started so early. We like started biking around 7:30 a.m. Yeah, we don't want to get there too early, so we'll definitely stop for a good lunch somewhere. We didn't get a chance to do a really solid dinner last night. Like, we'll usually go out to a restaurant most evenings, but because we were kind of going in the middle of nowhere and it was pouring rain, we just bought a bunch of food at a grocery store and we feasted. So we still have a lot of that food left over, so we can eat that today, but we have some hot meals to make up. Also, because we left in such a hurry this morning, I didn't get any writing done. I usually try and get like a little bit done kind of while I'm still warm in my sleeping bag before I have to like face the world. But we're gonna hopefully get a bunch done in Marseille tonight in our hostel. But yeah, no writing today. The one downside, I guess, of wild camping is, yeah, I gotta hit the road early. That looks so good. Cheese, meat, and cucumber. The fog has lifted, so now we can see forever. We got some farms over there. So lots of flat paved biking ahead of us. The sun is out and it feels so good, but I'm already starting to get hot. I'm debating taking my sun hoodie off, but I think I'm gonna wait a little bit longer because it's kind of playing with ducking in and out of these clouds. So we'll see if the heat lasts, and if then I have to take a layer off. Jonah's just pumping up his rear tire a little bit, which is getting a little soft, but I don't think it's a flat. He's had so many flats, but I think it'll be okay. Jonah got a flat. Maybe from the campsite? I don't know, but we're gonna have to pull over and deal with it. At least we have a lot of time today, but boy, is that frustrating. Dang it.
Vous avez besoin d'un coup de main?
Oh non.
Vous la sortez, vous avez plus d'habitude que moi. Bon courage alors.
Merci.
So, where is this in relation to the... Look at that, it like poked a whole big hole in there.
Dang.
Just fell on myself.
Yeah, it was a pretty obvious gap in the tube. We could use the other spare in the meantime.
Yep.
And then, yeah, my patches aren't that good. Let's hope it's good. Maybe we have to pick up another tube. I don't know. We've had a lot of flats on this trip. I feel like every couple days Jonah gets one from either like a spiky plant, or today was glass, or you also had threads, right, from a car tire or something at one point.
Yeah, that was the first one.
The first one.
That was more like a staple, it looked like.
Yeah. Have I gotten better at patching? I don't think so, because I was using those like instant patches for a while, and those are really easy. They're like a sticker. But right now I'm trying to use these guys because we ran out of those sticker ones. The one that he's putting in right now has another patch that I put on that's similar to this. So
It's got 2 patches.
it's got 2 patches on it. Wow, lucky. I don't know, what do you think? Would you trust this patch to hold? Kind of gunked it up on that side, but I tried my best. The hole was like right here, I think. So, but for now, we're trying the last one I patched. So hopefully that holds, and then we won't have to worry about this. Well, I'm sure we'll get another flat at some point, and it'll get its time to shine. Maybe this tube won't get its time to shine. There's a bunch of gross, like, yellow liquid in there, I think, that got in there by the the by that hole, and now it's just like oozing out. Look at that yellow gross liquid. I think it's just like muddy water or something, but you can like hear it in there. Ugh. I mean, the tube will still work. It's kind of gross. So far so good. The tire is holding, but I don't trust it. I don't trust it one bit. But look how beautiful today has become. Like, it is blue skies, sunny. It's crazy to think where we were this morning in comparison. We went to a restaurant, we got burgers. That's not our usual norm. Like, we don't do restaurant meal for lunch, but I think we wanted just something a bit more because of not having dinner, like a real dinner last night, as well as we have 40 kilometers left, but also 700 meters of elevation. So it's gonna be quite a bit of work to get there. But also the biking around here has not been super great, even though it's like really beautiful. Because I think this is honestly some of the worst drivers that we've come across. Worst in the way of like respect to bikers. Like, so many of them, as soon as they start to get around you, they'll accelerate past with like less than a meter of distance, or they'll accelerate around corners and be coming at you really, really quick. So I'm gonna be happy to get to some more isolated roads and not be around it for a little while. I'm a little overstimulated right now. This is so much better. Keep the cars behind the fence where they belong. Actually, though, they've closed down this road to cars. I think they're doing some work on it. So I don't know if these yellow bits are gonna be like bike lanes and then just have one central lane for cars, but for now it's just us. Now this is nice. This is really nice. It's so quiet. I can finally hear my own thoughts. As long as the ground doesn't get too soft, we're gonna be very happy on this trail. What you see before you is our last obstacle of the day. We have to get up and over that mountain hill up there, and then I think we're basically home free. Problem is, I'm losing energy quick, so fun. My motivation right now is the bed waiting for us in Marseille, just on the other side of this. It's so close now. I know it's gonna be so close. Also, it is really beautiful, but I'm tired. We have made it to the top of the hill. Woo. We took a water break, and now we gotta keep going. There's still 15 more kilometers. It's not over yet, but we've done most of the elevation, so yay! This is what it looks like up here. Just a mountain. I think we see a city. Wow. Okay, what have we got? Small room, love it. I mean, for what we paid. Oh, but do we get our own bathroom?
Yes, but it doesn't open all the way.
Perfect.
No, this place.
Now we gotta figure out how to turn the light on.
This one.
I'm gonna write right there. That's my writing spot, Jonah. We have arrived, we have showered, and we have laid in bed for like the last half hour, maybe hour it's been since we've been here. Yeah, that was kind of an exhausting day. We've been doing quite a few 100-kilometer days in the last little bit, ever since we realized that we need to kind of like up our mileage, or I guess we're talking kilometers now, so just up our distance, because I don't think you can say like kilometerage. Maybe you can, I don't know. But there are a few things that I need to do tonight, so I can't quite call it quits yet. I mean, we still need to find dinner. Jonah's currently looking at Google Maps to figure out what restaurant to go to. But I need to do the usual, write in the journal, as well as I want to clean some of our biking clothes in the sink, and then also see if I can get some more of that gross yellow water out of the tube, because I don't know if you can bike with it like that, and if not, we're gonna have to get a new tube tomorrow. Because also we found out too that one of the screws on my rear rack on my bike it came out at some point, so I need to buy another screw as well. So that's I think a tomorrow problem. I thought for a second, oh, should I go and do it tonight? That's not gonna happen. But once all that is completed, I'm hopeful that I can get some writing done. The restaurant Jonah wants looks pretty close to me, but he wants to go over here and check. Not open? Okay, take two. Am I supposed to put this on here? Okay. That Tunisian restaurant was so good, and we also got so much food. Like, we are so full. How many times can I say so? But anyways, we have finished eating. We have also finished the journal entry for today. I actually wrote a little bit at the restaurant before we started eating, and then I finished here. It is just past 9 o'clock. And so before I can write, the only thing that stands between me and that is dealing with the bike clothes and also looking at the tube. So we're gonna do the bike clothes first. To be able to do laundry on the trip, my mom actually gave me these like laundry strip things that dissolve in water. But I've learned my lesson previously that I should do a thorough rinse of the clothes before trying to do any of this, because our clothes can literally turn the sink water brown. Like, it's really gross. In case you're curious, after I finished washing all of our bike clothes, I did try to get the liquid out of the tube, like all that like muddy water, and it just like didn't work. In retrospect, maybe I should have tried draining it before patching it. It's just not gonna work. So tomorrow when I try and go get a screw for my bike pannier rack, I'm also going to get another tube. But now it is time to write. I am exhausted, I'm tired, I do want to go to sleep, but I also want to try and get some writing done, because maybe this is a weird way to think about it. I feel like on this trip, there's two versions of me. There's the writer version and the biker version. And I feel like, you know, obviously the biker version gets the majority of the time. I'm committing today. I think we biked from 7:30 to 4. We got here at 5. So that makes it over 9 hours of biking. Well, we also had the food breaks and whatnot, but there's a lot of time. And I had to do the other chores because we have to maintain a certain, you know, lifestyle on this trip. At the end of the day, I also want to give the writing version of myself some time as well. Literally, even if it's like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe 20, hopefully 20. I never really end up getting more than a couple hundred words these days a day, which I would love to do more, and there might be opportunities soon to do a little bit more, but for now, you know, I'm just doing what I can. So yeah, we're just gonna get some writing done before I take too long on my tablet. Though I did want to mention, it's really funny because I brought this heavy tablet with me for writing on the bike trip, and a part of me was like, is this even worth it? Should I even be doing it? Like, I was doubting beforehand, and even during, I'm like, this is adding a decent amount of weight. But I found another use for the tablet as well, and I've started to download movies on it because it's like a nice big screen, and it even has, you know, like a fold out. When we're in the tent, I can set it up at the end of one side and we can watch a movie on it. And the battery life on this is also really good. I've never had any issues where it's getting low enough where like I'm worried I won't be able to write. Like, this thing lasts a long time. So it makes me happy to at least like have another use for this besides just writing. Okay, I've delayed long enough. Let's get to writing.